Hello, this is Barry, and you're watching Barry in the PI. Uh, Today I'm out here, sitting out here by the waterfall. It's right over here. Hope it's not too loud. I don't know why it's so loud today. Maybe because I got my hearing aids on. All right, that's better. I forgot about those. As you can see, the angel's trumpets are blooming. A couple of trees there. I always like that. Uh, we've been here now a little over 3 years, and we're really enjoying it here. Where we are, it's nice, cool breezes, usually coming off the Batangas Straits or the South China Sea behind us, and so it's pleasant here. You're in Manila or some of the lower elevation areas, it gets hot, very hot. But up here, sometimes we'll have some hot days, especially in the dry season. But it's cooler up here than it is down in Manila, Angeles City. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about buying a car or a truck. We did, and well, my truck's gone now. Maida's taken it to our shop, which is a liquor store over in Alfonso, the city closest to us. But we bought a car when the first about 3 months we lived in Manila. We rented a condo there. It's close to enough for her sister to come and visit a lot. And while we were there, I was processing all the papers and stuff to get my SRV visa, which is a special residence visa. It allows me to come and go as I wish and not have to pay airport taxes and stuff like that. As you can see, Apollo is over here. She's looking at us. When we came here, we brought one dog with us from the U.S., and that was Lily, we had gotten her from the Humane Society shelter in Austin, Texas. And we tried to train her a little bit. We gave her some training before she left. I was really worried about her not being in the cabin with me. They wouldn't let us fly her in the cabin, even though I had a little bag for her. So she stayed down where they keep the pets, animals and stuff. And she did just fine. She made it just fine. We had to have all the, her shots and papers or medical history and signed off with the vet. And didn't have too much trouble after that. So I processed those papers. It took me at least a couple of months. And meanwhile, we would come up here. Our daughter and her husband, our son-in-law, live over in Alfonso. And so they would take us around this area. We had decided we wanted to be kind of close to Lake Taal and the volcano. I like volcanoes. and I'll take you up again. I've done several videos from up there by the volcano. Uh, we just by luck found this place. It's still being built. It's being built by a neighbor of ours who lives over here. The woman that owned the property and was having it built, she's a principal at Paranaki High School, and she was retiring, and for some reason she decided she didn't want this property, so she sold it to us, and then now she's bought another property down the road and is building a house. I think she's already built it now. But she's a very nice lady, and her son and daughter-in-law are too. Let me see if I can get this thing a little bit more level. So before we got finished, we bought it before it was finished, and our son-in-law said he was going to finish it, and so we let him do that. He had a big crew out here and getting everything done. Some of the stuff had to be renovated or changed. I want hot water in my shower, so I had to do that. Maida wanted her kitchen to have an island, and she didn't like the wood that they had used, and that was kind of part of the board. So we had to take out all the cabinets and all that, and we had to put in windows and stuff like that. So we got that done by November, I think. But we had already moved in. We moved out of that condo in Manila. So now we're going to stay up here. And we had lots of little insects, critters, coming in at night. But we also had a whole bunch of geckos feasting on those critters. Geckos are really neat. I still have some in the house. They hide behind the mirror in the bathroom and behind the filing cabinet by my computer. And they're completely harmless, and they eat insects. And so we got and moved in here. Now, we had sold our house in Austin and made a really nice profit off of it. So we had money to pay for the house and property, and some left over to buy a car. What kind of car are we going to get? Well, I've had Toyotas since 1973, and so the place I wanted to start looking was at Toyota, and there's a big Toyota dealer in Santa Rosa. I mean, that's where they train their technicians and stuff, and provides technicians all over the area. So we walked in there, had big bags of money, and $28,000 in pesos is a pretty big bag. And so we were going to pay cash here. And I found the Toyota I wanted immediately. It's a burnt orange color, and that was the one I wanted. So we negotiated the price, or a little down on the price, because we were paying cash, and got them to throw in a backup camera and a trunk a bed cover and a couple other things too. So got a good deal. It took a while to do it because they had to count all that money. And but we got it done and drove it off and came back here. And it was useful, especially at first because January we had a volcano decided to erupt. And we had pretty good eruptions. It put up a lot of volcanic ash into the atmosphere. And the winds took that volcanic ash and dumped it all along roads, on those hotels and restaurants along the lake, all the way past the Gaitai and even into Santa Rosa got some. I think even some places in Manila got some ash. But fortunately, the winds were blowing out of the west to the east, and we got very little ash, just a little light dusting. And that ended up having to evacuate a lot of people away from that volcano. And my son-in-law worked for the Department of Transportation. So he borrowed my truck and loaded it up with bags of rice, and they delivered them to the evacuation centers scattered around this area. So I got use out of that truck right off the bat. After a while, me driving it and scaring the hell out of everybody in the truck, I decided I should not drive here in the Philippines. Traffic's, hey! There's another, hey! Hush up! The reason why we have these dogs is that this is not a gated community. There's no security here. We're out in the country, and we figured dogs would be the best thing to have. And two of the dogs were here when the workers were here. I think a couple of them belonged to the workers. But they saw how well we took care of the dogs and said, well, one of them complained that he wants to be one of our dogs because we take better care of the dogs than he can. Take them to the doctor, give them good food every day, get them groomed and stuff like that. So, Ulit! Ulit! Apollo. Ulit means go. Oh, here's better again on petting. So I've rambled on a lot so far. What I was getting at is that if you buy a car, you're going to have some unexpected and expected expenses. Oh, don't do that. Get down, brother. No, I'm busy. I'm busy now. Go. And so just recently, the brakes went out. and so we had to replace the brakes. And fortunately, it only cost us about $300. The stuff is expensive in some places and for some things, but car repair is not that expensive usually, unless you have major body damage or something like that. So that's one thing. If you're going to buy yourself a car, you can find used cars, or you can go to the dealers. They have all kinds of dealers here. All the Asian ones and most of the American ones. You can buy a Ford here, Toyotas, Hyundais, Hondas. All those are available here. They all have dealerships. And you can even get a Lamborghini or, Mercedes-Benz if you're in that bracket. Fortunately, Bijan's got one. He's our star running back for the Texas Longhorns. So expect some expenses in running it. Gas here is high, and it's not really going down very much. So you got to remember you got to need fuel and oil, have oil changes and stuff like that, and it adds up. So we replaced the brakes, and it's good to go now until the next thing breaks. So, all right, I've rambled on here, but that's what I do sometimes. Ramblings from an old guy. Anything I left out? No, but my waterfall's kind of loud today. I think maybe she turned it up high or something. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'm having a great day. All my days are great days. And because it's beautiful here, and people are very friendly. We don't have any kind of threats to us other than poisonous snake gets in the yard, or cane toad. That's the only thing we have to worry about. But we get some really neat lizards, and I've got one. It's a real short video of this beautiful lizard. I believe it's one of the chameleons, but its tail was that long, But we got all kinds of great things here. So y'all take care. Be sure to get vaccinated. Take care of your wife, your family, your pets, and I will see you here soon. I think the sun's going down over that way. All right. We'll see you, and have a great day.